Welcome to my new video. In this video, I will show you how to connect two tables in Excel. Okay, so I have two tables, movies and financials, and these two tables I want to connect in movies tables. So I want to add some more columns from financial tables, and I want to connect with movie ID because I have movie ID as a primary key as we know in SQL, or I have movie ID. I have a movie ID in movies table, and I have movie ID also in financials table. So I want to connect these two tables on the basis of movie ID. Okay, so I want to add budget, revenue, unit, and currency. By the way, guys, this table and this data I got this from Data Analytics Bootcamp provided by Codebasics. So if you don't know Codebasics, uh, it is online platform and it teaches uh, data analytics bootcamps, and also they are building uh, data science bootcamps, and I will provide the link about that website in the video description. Let's focus on our table. Okay, so now I want to add connect those two tables. Okay, so in this one I can, let me start from beginning. So I will delete this column. So I will add new column in here. So I can add new column just by dragging this one. Mm, why is it not showing? Okay, let's say budget. So it already connected. This column already connected in the table. So let's connect these two tables. First, equal sign and VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, hit tab and square bracket. So this is showing me this row. So if I hit tab again, this is the add, right? This means that get data from this table. So if again, so after that, if I hit square bracket, it is showing me all the column. So I want to add column ID, sorry, movie ID, and close. So if you notice this, there is a highlight in movie ID, which means that we selected that column. Okay, so after that, it is showing me to add the argument. It is showing I already added lookup value, and it is showing me to add table array, which is my financial table. So this is my financial tables, and if I hit square bracket, it is showing me the movie ID, budget, revenue, unit, and currency from financial tables, and all means all data. So I want to add all data from financial table, and square bracket close, comma, and now it is asking for the column index number, which is, if I click here, which is budget, right? Budget is 1 and 2 column. It's not Python's, guys. So in Python, it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, but in Excel, it starts from 1, 2. So budget is in to column. Now column number 2. So okay, my cursor is behaving weird today. And after financial table, I want to add column uh, index number, which is 2. And after that, it is asking, if I hit true, it is asking for approximate match, and if I hit false, it is showing like exact match. But and I need exact match, so I'm going to hit false. If I hit tab, it already typed false, and close the bracket. And if I hit enter, see, it uh, got the value. And the good thing in table is I only typed one formula for one row, but it used the same formula for all the rows. Okay, so let's say I want to verify my numbers. So if I check 105 movie ID 105 Thor Love and Thunder, and language is not over there, it's 250, right? So if I go in financial tables 105, it's 250. So yeah, it is perfect match. And if I drag click here and drag, and if I rename it with revenue, and if I click this one and drag over this one, and so see, it did not work, right? I mean, it worked for the budget, but for the revenue it did not work. And for the revenue it is okay, let's say movie 101 is 12.5, right? But it is not showing in here. This is because if I click here, it is showing me the formula over here, right? In this formula you can see the intelligence of Excel. It is changing the respective column. If I change the column over here, right? So it changed from movie ID to title. Okay, let's say if I click here, this is movie ID, right? And if I click here, this is title. So it has changed from movie ID to title. So if I want to change, if I don't want that Excel to do this type of mistake, I can lock this column. So if I don't want Excel to do this type of mistake, I can lock the column, my main column in my VLOOKUP column in like budget, in the budget itself. So if I click here, this is movie ID, and if I click here, I can just say movie ID, and again movie ID. Okay, so if I hit enter, so it did not change anything like this one. But okay, let's delete this one. And if I drag over this, and if I double click over here, double click, it did work, right? See, it is using this movie ID column, this one also. But the revenue, it is using column number 2, right? And but in the revenue is in column number 3 in financials, right? So for that, I have to edit 2 to column number 3. And if I hit click, let's verify it changed, right? So let's verify. Uh, let's go with 108, Three Idiots, and it is 550 for 1000. Come on, don't. 108, 550 4000. Okay, we are doing good. We are doing great actually. So now let's add another column, which is unit. Was it unit? Okay, yeah, it is unit. And currency. So if I click over here, and if I click in my cell, and in the corner, if I double click, it will paste all it will paste the formula to all the rows, right? But again, we have to change it to number 4, column number 4. So yeah, units is millions, billions. Okay, it changed according to my financial tables, right? See, so 108, 550, 4,000, and millions, right? Mm, 108, 550, 4,000, and millions. Let me explain you first how does VLOOKUP work. Okay, so VLOOKUP uses the lookup value from the first table, whichever value we specify. So in this table, in this formula, we are specifying movie ID from our first table. Okay, but from the second table, the by default VLOOKUP will use the first column. But if I add one more column uh, before movie ID, okay, right now my first column is not movie ID. Okay, it is blank. So if I check, see my connection, it has broken up. So this is the limitation of VLOOKUP. One of the limitation actually. Okay. So like I said, so the first column, the lookup value is any column from the first table, but first column from the second table. It is always first column. And because I don't have any, I don't have movie ID in the first column, it did not work, right? So if I deleted that one, it is working properly, right? And let's say if I add another column after movie ID, right? What is it showing? It is everything is working perfectly, right? But see, it is using column number 2, right? And this is column number 3. And in this one, column number 2 and column number 3. That is why there is 1, right? So it VLOOKUP uses the first column from the second table. That is the rule from the VLOOKUP. So if I delete this one, it works perfectly fine, right? And if I click this one, click over here and drag, double click in the corner, it pastes the same formula to all the rows. And as we know, currency is in column number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I click here, if I click 5, hit enter. See, it worked perfectly. And so the limitation, as I discussed earlier, it uses the first column, from the second table, and it is not smart enough to change uh, this column, uh, name from the second table. Okay, so each time I had to change this column name, column number. The second limitation of VLOOKUP is it is not intelligent enough to change the column number from the second table, right? Because we had to change this number as we were using as we wanted to use different value from the different columns, right? So this is the another limitation of VLOOKUP. So the good news is there is another formula in Excel that overcomes the drawbacks and the limitation of VLOOKUP. Not the drawbacks, the limitation of VLOOKUP. And I will make video of that formula in next video. Okay, so thank you so much. That's all for this video. See you in the next video.